Well, at that moment I was completely shocked, to be honest. The evening as such went by very quickly, so I didn't have enough time to think of what could actually happen. And when the moment came and I heard that big word, Gibraltar, I was completely and utterly shocked.
And of course, then you're crowned Miss World and you return home to that big reaction, people in the streets, there's a street party in effect. What's going through your mind as you return home? You'd left as Miss Gibraltar, come back as Miss World.
Well, coming back to Gibraltar, I believe it was on the 17th, it was amazing. And as more years go by, I reflect on it, and it's even more overwhelming. Particularly from feeling all the warmth from the whole of the community and how everybody got out there. And my family did sort of prepare me, but I had no idea what was planned when I got back home. It was just a moment that the whole of Gibraltar has given to me for the rest of my life.
Are you still in touch with any of the girls from that year, from that Miss World?
Yes, obviously thanks to social media, it has its advantages of staying in touch with everyone, really. And I did go to the 80th surprise birthday of Mrs. Julia Molly just last month in London, which was quite nice as well, because I did see loads of obviously former Miss Worlds, but also the Miss World family, which is it's a big group of people from all over the world, which I did have the opportunity to meet. And it was a bit of a reunion when I went over to London and I saw all of them.
So, I mean, what was that year like? Because you went everywhere and it was documented as well, and you had countless interviews everywhere. There was a World Cup that year as well in Johannesburg that you were there as well. What did you take away from that year? Can you sort of describe it?
Well, I feel truly blessed to be given that experience and very grateful for it. What I did learn was how important it was for me to stay true to myself and just experience every moment, because it did go by very quickly. It was obviously a great platform to be an international ambassador for Gibraltar, because that is one of the main questions that I was asked when I was going over. I believe it was 90 countries I went in total. And everybody seemed very interested in where Gibraltar was. Some of them had heard of it, others hadn't, and it was a great opportunity to actually get in front of loads of people and tell them all about where I was from, which even made me more passionate about where I was from. The charity work was obviously one of the main focus of the Miss World organization, and it was just a great opportunity to see firsthand what charity does and how you actually help people, and being a platform for the Miss World organization and having that opportunity to make a difference. I think that's something that can hardly be described, to be honest.
We were talking just now before the interview got underway about where people were and where they remember watching Miss World on that day 10 years ago. Do people still tell you, I remember watching this?
They actually do. It's I quite love it to hear where everybody was and seeing all the emotion that they have when they are telling me. It's just incredible. It seems surreal that it's happened to me, and I've created this big moment which has had a big impact, particularly on the community. And I feel extremely honoured and humbled when people come over and tell me where they were at that point of time. It was a very big moment for me in an aspect where I was scared, shocked, excited as well. But having that support from the community made my year so much more worthwhile.
You then had an opportunity to become Mayor of Gibraltar. So cast your mind back. What was it like when you were asked to become Mayor, and then when you started?
Well, thank you for the question, because it was a big moment in my life as well to be asked by the Chief Minister, Fabian Picardo, to become Deputy Mayor. At first, and I've always looked for something or a way to give back to the community, because I always felt that Not that I didn't deserve all the support, but it was just I was so overwhelmed by all the support I had received and all the love that I still have from the community. And I didn't know how to give back. And when I was asked to become the deputy mayor, I knew instantly that this was a way that I would invest my time voluntarily to give back to the community, and it would fulfill me for all the support that I had received throughout the years. Becoming Mayor of Gibraltar is today, 10 years since my Miss World, has been a perfect day to reflect on the past 10 years. And becoming a mother, getting married, now expecting my second child, and becoming the Mayor of Gibraltar are big milestones in my life and have shaped the way my journey has been throughout my years. Becoming the Mayor of Gibraltar continued my ambassadorial role for Gibraltar, which was quite similar in a way, at the same time, in the sense of public engagements and interaction with people and just going on to receptions and attending in the cultural scene in Gibraltar, being in touch with the history as well. So it did have a lot of similarities with my experience as Miss Gibraltar and Miss World, but in a more formal position. And I feel extremely privileged to have had the opportunity to become the Mayor of Gibraltar. I feel tremendously proud about it.
And we've got Miss World coming up this weekend with Selena over there in London representing Gibraltar. How would she be feeling at this point in time?
Well, I think she's probably nervous. I believe that it will be shown on live GBC as well. So it does create some nerves, but Celine is a very confident young woman, and I'm sure she'll do us very proud. She'll obviously have a great, she's formed great friendships, I'm sure. I've seen on social media, been following her as well, which makes it quite nice as well, because you know that you're not alone. And it's something that everybody is experiencing at the same time. And we do have an advantage in the fact that we speak both languages, English and Spanish, which even creates less barriers when communicating with other contestants. I think she'll do us very proud, and I can't wait to watch her, actually.
And of course, now in the new year, they'll be recruiting for Miss Gibraltar 2020. So anyone who's watching this interview now and has seen all your success and when you signed on, and they may be thinking about it, what would you say to them?
Well, as I say with everything, really, if you want to try something new, why not? It's a challenge, and with all competitions, everybody wants to do the best and maybe try to win. But it's not about winning always. I think everybody, when you're doing something new and something different, everybody is winning in some end. You're learning new things and just learning about yourself, really, and growing within yourself. And just looking back at your experiences then makes you grow and just creates the path in your life.